5 books this week, which is honestly crazy. First of all, it helps that 2 of the books that I finished were audiobooks and they were short stories. The first of those is All Manner of Things Shall Be. This is by Olivia Blake, and it is part of the Amazon short series called The Time Traveler's Passport. I've been working my way through this one. Honestly, this is the one that I was the most excited for in this series, and I was kind of let down by it. To be honest, I listened to this 3 days ago, and I do not remember what the story is about. And I'm so sorry to Olivia Blake. I gave it 3 stars. I mean, let's just move on from that. The second one that I listened to was The Great Gatsby. I listened to this for a reading challenge, and y'all know what The Great Gatsby is about. I gave it a 3-star, and I kind of just wrote in the review that it was like as meh as I remember it being when I read it in high school. Then I read an ARC copy of Queen of Faces by Petra Lord. This one comes out on February 3rd. There is a magic school. There is a magic system that is based on math and science. It is a society in which body swapping is a thing. So you could just get a new chassis, as they call it. Ultimately, I rated this 3-star. Now, hear me out. I liked it. I thought it was good. I thought it had an interesting concept, an interesting magic concept. What I struggled with was the found family. I felt the characters were individually very well developed, but the found family aspect, like their interpersonal relationships with each other, didn't really come through for me. So when we came to the parts where you're supposed to feel emotional about the found family aspect of everything, I just was kind of like, but it was still a really good book. I also read Addicted to You by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is another one where I gave it 3 stars, and I'm trying to decide how I feel about this. The girl main character is a 20-year-old who is addicted to sex, and the guy main character is a 20/21-year-old who is addicted to alcohol. And then they're addicted to each other. They start off fake dating, and then they go into real dating. They're also insanely wealthy, so they're just kind of like bonkers, right? They just kind of do whatever they want to do. I can't decide if this is a bad book or if it is just written from the perspective of a 20-year-old addict. So I'm going to let future books decide how I really truly feel about this series, but this book for me was 3. And the very last book that I read was The Rachel Incident. This one's by Caroline O'Donoghue. It's kind of like in the same area as Addicted to You. We have a 20-something-year-old, a young 20-something-year-old, kind of just like living her life in Ireland and being reckless. Okay, The Rachel Incident itself, hysterical. Not hysterical. I mean, it's pretty deep, but like it's also just kind of funny on the surface because she's funny. She's kind of retelling this story as an older adult, and she basically has a crush on her professor. Things kind of spiral from there. At a certain point, I forgot that I was reading a fiction book, and I felt like I was remembering when I was in my young 20s and how me and my friends misbehaved. And I ended up rating this a 4.5 stars. So this one was really, really good. And I'm going to take it back to my library so I can pick up some new library books.